Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his real estate entrepreneur, Omar Alfaro. How you doing, buddy?
Good. What's up, Michael? What's up, everybody?
Not much, buddy. So again, welcome, baby girl number three, Mr. Girl Dad. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Girl Dad.
That's
Hi.
that's right.
There you go. Congratulations to you and your wife. Uh, Video number two is going to come straight from your Instagram page. Invest with Omar.
hmm
I'm so glad to see you spin up this page and really post more and more content. Uh, let's talk about it. Is flipping dead? Because if you've listened to my channel, you know I have a pretty negative impact on the housing market, transactions crashing, rates going up. It's a disaster. So I got to ask, dude, is flipping dead?
It, um, it's to me, it's not.
Okay.
It's for the most or for the majority of people out there that are trying to get into in flipping, because I am specifically talking not to the seasoned ones that have been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years. Okay. I'm talking about the flipping that just got started, the flipper that just got started as of 2 years ago, as of
Yeah.
36 months ago, even
Yeah.
a year before before 2020. There's been a lot of changes,
Uh-huh.
obviously. Like you came in 2019, like, okay, I'm brand new, I'm a new flipper, and then all of a sudden in 2020 you became a professional.
Yeah.
um
You
because at
could
least
do
that's
no
what you
wrong.
thought.
You could
Yeah,
do no wrong.
exactly. Like I'm grabbing every single thing that you can get and flipping it and making a crazy profit. The market helped you there. So I would say there's two parts to this. Is flipping dead? In some cases it should be.
Mm-hmm.
It should be in people's perspectives if you're not ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other avenue is, I think it's not dead because you're still able to provide the solution to the seller.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, when you flip a property, your profit's made at the purchase.
Absolutely.
Your profit's always made at the purchase because you have to factor in, the volatility of the market, if it's going to go down, if you have more competition, if it's a specific area, location, whatever the case is. So I really want to say that it's not,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to. It's going to be asterisk because
Yeah.
you have to really know, like, your exit strategy up front. You really
Yeah.
have to know, what margin you're at. I mean, if you're doing it for $20,000, let me just take you down one road real quick. If you're doing it for $15,000 to $20,000 on a flip, okay, that's a lot of capital that you're putting into to receive a small minimum amount.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking to the real estate professionals, the agents out
Mm-hmm.
there. Um, if you hone in on your craft, you can go get you know a $14,000 or $13,000 commission check and go do two listings, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot safer than
Yeah.
a flip. Because the minute you think you're going to do it, that's where it's going to punch you in the face. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to make 5 grand. You're going to make a negative. And if you
Mm-hmm.
break even, consider that a win,
Yeah.
because this is what's happening right now in this in my current area. I can't speak for everybody else's, but
Mm-hmm.
in my spot.
Yeah. So I love this topic. So I guess from where I'm sitting, kind of talking to all different skill levels, I want
Yeah,
to be very clear. I think flipping is dead for most of you. You don't have
straight
to
up.
like that,
Yeah,
but that's
no,
what I think.
100%.
I'm lucky enough to talk to four very successful flippers on my channel every week, yourself included. This is my kind of summary of what all of you are doing. One, you have all tightened up your buy box, right? Some of you, over the last couple of years, you started going farther and farther away because you had too much competition at home. All of you seem to be tightening up location. Second, I am not currently talking to anybody who's flipping above the median. Half of the guys, half of the teams that I've spoken with, about half their business was above the median in 2020 and 2021. All of them have cut that out. All of them have projects. A couple of them are finishing projects. They won't touch it again. So everybody's going super safe. Three, they're in buyer. Most people now, when they are designing their end product, their
Right.
target is an FHA buyer,
Yep. All day.
right? So again, an FHA flip is very different than a, dual income, high income, net worth, buyer. Very different.
hmm
Fourth, most of the flippers I'm working with now in their ARV calculation are now including 3% seller credits on the exit.
100%.
So like, hey, if my ARV is 300 on the exit, I have to whack I'm planning to spend $9,000. And if you don't, it's profit. But they're all penciling this in. And then lastly, and most importantly, every flipper I speak with is taking current ARVs, which they've counted on for years, and whacking them 15%.
All day. Great spot.
So again, think about all, and now most of you heard that list and you're like, Michael, I can't make my deals work. Go back to point number 1. Most of you should not be flipping today. If you can't do all of that, stop. You're good. Why do a flip to lose money? It's not worth the aggravation. There are many of you that are in flips right now that you are going to lose money, and you won't take the small loss. The biggest mistake a lot of my flippers who were making big money last time, a couple of you didn't take the 20K loss, and you ended up losing 100K.
Oh, 100%. And you think that, like, okay, Michael, you know what? Maybe you haven't lost a lot on any flips. But you do have Norris Drive, which was your alligator.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I made plenty of mistakes. I've only flipped for 2 years, and they were the best years, and the market made me.
Straight up, right? Okay. I got caught, obviously, and I'll be honest with you. This whole ARV thing. Okay, my ARV was only at like 5 or 10% under. This was 4 months ago, and I saw something coming, but I also saw like, okay, well, there's still no inventory in this specific area. So long story short, now I'm on the market and I just cut one of my properties by 20 and it's still not moving. So you just mentioned taking this small $10,000 or $15,000 loss to move the product, to move your inventory, and then readjust and make it up on the next one. Yeah. That's exactly what's happening right now. And I'm not going to lie that when it comes to investing over the last 12, 15 years, you want to get to a point where you lose hundreds of thousands because you'll make millions. You'll lose thousands to make hundreds of thousands. Does that make sense? And I want you guys to really pinpoint that. Well, Michael was saying just now about the ARV. Everybody, I've been factoring closing cost credit before this thing even like had it had the workings of like something's happening. Right. So I started giving away closing cost credit. Yeah. People were asking me why. I'm like, because I want my product to be gone.
Yeah, I want it off the books. Exactly.
Right. And some of them now, I'll tell you this right now, if I didn't give them closing cost credit, I would still be on the market.
Exactly. In a problem. And I got out still making, close to the six digits, but on a couple of these. But if I didn't, I'd be, 45K, 50K. Yeah. Again, I want to go back to the question at hand. Is flipping dead? And I'm going to be very clear. For most of you, the answer is yes.
90%, yes.
And the second, you guys are not changing your buying. It is all made at the purchase. If you are not factoring in, again, I want you to, these are the best and the best. I had the best flippers in my market on my channel last weekend and the week before. EVC Homes. Shout out Aaron and Cletus. They're like, Michael, we're not doing $1 million flips anymore, which again, in my market is 2x the median. These guys are rock stars. They're doing $1 million, like $1.5 million flips. Like, not doing that again. 2, Michael, we are factoring in 3% closing costs every time into our numbers. 3, we are taking our ARVs, which we are really, really good at. Really, really good at. And we are whacking them 15%. And if we can't get the numbers to work, we'll just wait. So again, the last thing I would say about flippers, if you are going to keep moving forward, like Omar, make your portfolio smaller. Don't risk as much. The next 18 months are going to be very, very interesting in housing. Again, your market, dude, you could see a 50% crash in transactions. Easy.
And that right there is going to be fucking insane.
Yeah, think about that it does to your day business, your flip business. And again, the beauty of all of this is you, the real estate entrepreneur, you will come out of this stronger. You will take a couple of L's because you got caught as it pivoted. You will be much better through this. And you come out the other end, all these wannabe flippers, these one and dones, they will be long. They will be baristas at Starbucks.
You're calling it.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun watching you, man.
It's cool. I definitely want to add another, few to the portfolio.
There you
This is
go.
where creative financing is going to come into play.
Absolutely.
And that's something we can talk about in another video.
There you go. Thanks, buddy. Where can people find you, and what's your IG page that had this great topic?
Invest with Omar. That's the new IG page. Go follow me there and look for all the real estate info.
There you go. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.